All right, next up is calendars and how to use them on an Exchange server. Now, most folks want to share their calendars with other people, so let's go down to the calendar button right here, right click, and go down to properties. And up here, you're going to see permissions. So this is pretty easy in here. You want to go and add somebody from your company. Just remember, you can only add people from your own company, okay? You do want to make sure that you have global address list checked up here. Do not pick offline. Sometimes by default, the offline will show up first. It won't work. You have to have the global, okay? Then we're going to go pick the person, which I'm going to pick my own account here, and hit add, and then hit OK. Now right here, you can give them a permission level. Now there's a lot of different permission levels. As you click on it, you'll see things down here change, so you can make your decision. Many of my clients want like their assistants to have full-on access so they can just do everything they need. Then owner is like the Trump. It's full-on access, no privacy at all. If you see down here, publishing editor has, less ownership down here. And most of my clients still, these two top ones are their favorites, I'll be honest. But sometimes if you just want other people in the company to just review and be able to see them, then you can give them reviewer rights. I'm going to leave this here. We're going to hit apply and OK there. So that's how you share a calendar. It's pretty easy. Just also remember that if you share a calendar with somebody on Exchange, that doesn't mean that they can see that calendar on their iPhones and tablets and smartphones, whatever. They can only do it in Outlook. Okay? Now let's go up to File up here, and I'm going to show you how to open up someone else's calendar. So in File, then you go down to Open and Export, Other Users folder. Now remember in a past video I said it was grayed out because there was nothing to share, nothing to open. Here it's now colored, and you can click on it there, and then click on Name. Remember global address list. And then you go pick the person that you want to open their calendar for and hit OK. And hit OK again. Now their calendar is going to pop up over here. It takes a little time to talk to the server. And once it's done, it'll show you everything on their calendar that they gave you rights for. Sometimes on Exchange by default, it does let you just see the free busy time. And sometimes it shows you what the permissions were already granted. So over here now, you can see you've got your calendar here and the other person's right there. So if you don't want to see the other person's, you just uncheck it, and then you got your calendar by default. Or you can come over here and click on the other person and go see their calendar. You can also right click and give them another color. We'll go pink. But I mean, it's just a decorative thing. I really don't get into a lot of the calendar, deep calendar configurations and teaching here because most people know the basics of calendar already. New appointment, new meeting. I will show you though that if you're going to schedule a new meeting up here and you click on new meeting, it actually pulls up a view. Oh, come on. Where if you go to the scheduling assistant, you can see the whole company that you have. Excuse me, you can see everybody on the domain as you type in their names. It'll show you their schedule right here, and this is nice for like team events and conferences and stuff like that. You can see everybody here a little bit better in this little view, and this is really nice. And those that have conference rooms and such, this would pull up a conference room as well. And those folks already do a lot of usually conference room scheduling as it is. Okay, so now let's cancel out of here. And don't save the changes. And we're going to uncheck me. Okay, so like I said, there isn't a whole lot in calendaring for Exchange, so we're going to move on to contacts and go down to the people. And similar thing here. You just go to contacts, right click, properties, permissions, add, go find the person, click add, okay. And give them the permission level right here. And hit apply and OK again. And just remember to open up someone else's, you go to File, Open and Export, and click down here. And you can click there. Now, another favorite of clients these days is they want one calendar, one contact for the team to share. And I talked about this earlier. You do need to have your own mailbox. And once you have your own mailbox, then you can share everything and include subfolders. So like right here in contacts, you could have a test subfolder that would end up being right under here. And then these, because they're on it's on its own mailbox, would show up on people's phones or on smartphones or whatever. And you could actually have another list of people in here. But just one thing you want to keep in mind is that these do not synchronize. Okay? So if, let's say, in the contacts you've got like 500 people and you pull out 30 of them and put them into test, you can only update them in test from now on. They will not synchronize back and forth. So we're going to stay in contacts for a little bit here. And I want to show you a couple little tricks with Exchange and with the groups and your phone and things like that. So you can see here I've got some contacts listed right here. I've also created some subgroups called blue and orange. These are actually categories. And you can make these over here by right-clicking on contacts and just creating a new folder. And on Exchange, it actually stays in the subfolder there. So you can view these on your phone. But unfortunately, you cannot do anything else but just view them. Okay, so we're going to go up to the contacts here. And you can see that there's a few contacts. Now here's how I move like category. I move category people by clicking on the mouse and holding the shift key down. And you can right click and say move and put them in the green folder. So now you've got people in the green folder, we've got people in the orange and the blue. These are all on the server, so your iPhone will have it individually. And here's a few tips on how to manage that. So let's say you're up here in contacts and you want to have one person in multiple folders. Okay, you can. You can right click and just say copy, but most of the time I want you to go to move, copy to another folder. Then you go pick where you're going to put them. This way. This is the folder view. I like this better. But let's say you put a copy of Steve Jobs over there and he's in the orange and he's in the top one. Well, these, remember, do not synchronize. So if you update Steve over here because he's in your master, then you have to update this one as well. So that's a mentality thing I tried teaching clients is, you can't synchronize those as far as I know. And on your iPhone, you might see duplicates. So there you go. Or on your Android, you're going to see duplicates. So you got to figure that out before you start doing a bunch of manipulating of your data. Okay, and then also I want to show you here in the in the orange folder, if you want to put all these people into a group, you just go up to new group contact, and you're going to call that orange. And then over here you click add members from your contacts. And because this is on the server, now you can come over here and pick orange. And you go grab those people and put them in the members and hit OK. And now they're all here in an orange group. And you will see their little three heads. That's three little people in that group. And that, unfortunately, you cannot see on the iPhone. It will not let you do that. But you can see the people. But here's the main distribution list. So let's go down to our mail and a new email. And if you typed in orange, you can see that that's a group now. And you can, click on that, and you can see who's in there, like I showed you before. All right, now there's a couple more things I want to show you here, is tasks. So let's go down to the bar down here, the navigation bar, and you're going to right-click and go to tasks, or you might actually have it listed there already. Remember I was showing you before that these are actually things I have scheduled for follow-up with that flag. So these are not your tasks. Your tasks are over here, and I don't have any, okay? So let's start by going up to a new task, and this will pop up. So we're going to say grocery store. You're going to consider this a task, and you can actually pick a date that you want to start it, due, and status. This is after it's done. You can check it there. Priority, complete, and a reminder. Now this is kind of like a mini project manager program. I would say that it's very low level. There's not a lot you can do in here for this end, but you can keep notes in here and such, and you can actually assign it to somebody on your team. Click the 2 here, and you can use the global address list, remember, and assign it to somebody within your team here. And if it's on your same domain, you can actually use the progress of status and things like that. I gotta be honest, I don't know if you do send someone a task outside of your domain if they can update the status and it updates. I don't know that. I'm sorry about that. But anyway, you can add some details as well over here. And I think that there's some customization that could be done if you really wanted to get into it. But like I say, I just show folks the basics about tasks because I don't really use them for my project management. Now we're going to hit save and close there. And one thing I want to tell you for the iPhone folks is this does show up on the iPhone as, I think it's called the reminders. So it does work, it's just not called tasks on the iPhone. Alright, we are almost done. This is the final segment of the Exchange video. So I want to show you my favorite feature, which is the notes. So take your mouse and go down to the navigation. I happen to have the notes right there close and handy. If you need to go find yours, you can go over here and right click and go to the options or just add it over here. Okay, now in here you can see these are like post-it notes. Alright, you can just come up here, create a new note, and put anything you want in here. No pictures, nothing like that, just text only. But anything that you put in here will save on your iPhone. It does not save on the Android, unfortunately. Not that I've found anyway. But if you create it like a grocery list, you'll see this on your iPhone. It is on the little app that has, it's called Notes, and it has yellow at the top with lines. I have mine just plumb full. I mean, I just love this feature, and it really saved me when I was using a lot of things like text files and Notepad on the computer. I switched everything to this because it just synchronizes really well. And there's really not a lot of fancy stuff with notes, so I don't need to really show you a lot about it. You can just see them here, and that it's available, and I use it all the time. Now, just a final tip, folks, before we end the Exchange video, is just remember that Exchange is very awesome, but it does not have a built-in backup program. So if you feel that you need one, please talk to your local technician to get one configured and installed for you. So if you ever do need a backup, you have it available. That's it. I will see you in the next video, Email Management.